So I wanted to comment on this video that Miss Elite put out, because I tried to find the actual clip, but I couldn't find the clip. But it appears as though women are being targeted, but mainly black women are being targeted in New York for random violence for no reason. And I think that a lot of the men on these manosphere channels don't understand that their talking points, it's like you throw a rock and you throw it in a lake, a river, ocean, and then the ripple effect happens afterwards. Even if you're not consciously aware that what you're putting out is actually causing a ripple effect with the men you speak to, you have an obligation to be more aware of what it is, the content you're putting out, as how it affects other people, right? So let me play this clip, and then I want to talk about it, and I want to talk about what women, because New York is a state where you cannot conceal carry, you cannot carry, you can't protect yourself, basically. So it's even worse for women. It's bad for men, but it's even worse for women.
NYC is not safe. A random grown man just punched me in my face.
He's trying to talk to me. He was on my ass. He literally speeds up from behind me just to walk slow in front of me. And I'm tall, so I stride when I walk. So he steps on my feet from the front. And he literally turns around and says to me, "Don't step on my feet, bitch." Y'all, I'm eating a burger, walking, and I stop eating my burger like, what? Sir, you literally just walked from behind me to come in front of me to tell me don't stop. He's telling me how he beat up bitches like me, don't do it again. And I'm smiling like I'm eating my burger. I didn't think nothing serious. I'm like, why would you want to hit me? That's feminine energy. You're a boy. I'm a girl. Like, those are literally the words that I said. And then he goes and literally walks up to the guy that was like literally 10 footsteps away. And he's like, "Yo, bro, this your bitch?" And then he says no. And he comes back to me. He's just like, "Yeah, call me feminine again." And I'm like, it is kind of feminine that you want to hit me.
Demons are
really
real.
Punched me in my shit. A random man just
I cannot make this.
Regardless of me being in the military, that has absolutely nothing to do with what happened last night. You have to realize it was me, a 23-year-old, against a grown-ass man. Men do not need to put their hands on women. Regardless of what tactics, what whooping ass, anything, because none of that really matters at that point. I'm walking in the street and someone caught me off guard. There's nothing more for, like, he had his intentions, whatever demons, his entity, his intentions was to hurt somebody that night. And sadly, it was me. And I was just at the wrong place at the wrong time. But for you all to come on the internet and try to joke and make this funny, it's not. Literally, like, I could have got hurt more than what I did and probably got killed last night. Nobody was around. After that man left, nobody was around. No cameras, nothing. So it's funny now until it happens to somebody that you know.
Okay, so that stopped. What I want to say for women, when you already see somebody coming at you as a threat, and I know it might not be legal in New York, but let's be honest. I've heard the stories that's going on in New York where landlords can't even evict people that don't pay. You have tenants that are violent, they're destroying your property. I've heard so many different stories about what's going on in New York. I heard that you can't, the cops are so busy with seriously violent crimes that you can't rely on cops to protect you. Listen, that's a state where you definitely want to have a big ass can of bear spray. And when he says, when he walks back to you, like he walked back to this woman, and he says, "I should punch you in your mouth," he's already in your space. This man is already in your space. You don't know what you can assume that he's not going to do anything, or he may. But the fact that the man walks back to you and says, I should punch you in your mouth. I have no problem punching women. That right there should have been the instant you pulled out of your purse a big can of bear mace and maced the fuck out of that motherfucker. That is when you should have done it. And then left. I think New York leaves it very, very difficult for women to protect themselves. But I'm telling you, like when somebody walks back, I would take my chances. I would listen. When he walked up to the man and said, is that your bitch? And the guy says, no, that's not my, that's not my woman. And he walks back. As soon as she saw him walk back, there's a certain, listen, I know New York is crowded, but the intentions were already there. He already told this woman he has no problem with beating a bitch. And he's already walked from behind her and up to her twice. The second time he came back, well, first, it wouldn't even took the second time. When he said, I have no problem beating a bitch. And she knows she didn't step on his feet. She knows she was not the instigator. New York leaves it really difficult for women to protect themselves. Men to protect themselves, but women. Those are listen, that's not cool at all. That's not cool at all. And for this woman to get her whole mouth like busted open for saying, listen, I mean, for one, let me just say this. Don't even carry on a conversation. You see somebody's foolish and crazy like that, there's no reason to even comment back to them. There's absolutely no reason. So at that point, you don't talk. It's defense. So the defense is pull that big can of fucking pepper spray out and mace the fuck out of him. I mean, what else can you do? You can't carry a gun. You can't, oh God. These certain states leave it very difficult for women to protect themselves. But I'm very pissed about this woman getting her mouth busted open. Eating a burger, minding her business, walking down the street. This guy purposely walks around her and in front of her, lies and says he just basically victimized her. And there's like, what recourse does she have? She has zero recourse. This man is going to continue to do this. He's going to continue to walk down the street preying on women until he matches just the right woman that's going to give his energy back to him. Anyways, women, my suggestion is in states where you cannot conceal carry, you cannot carry a weapon to protect yourself. My thing is big can of mace. Those things shoot 30 feet away. As soon as he's in your vicinity, he's in your area, turn your head so you don't get backlash from the mace, so that it doesn't splatter back in your face, and mace the fuck out of him. I mean, that's how I feel. Like, what else can you do? What else can you do? And then if you can flag down a cop, say, listen, this man threatened to beat my ass. And he walked twice back to me. The second time I felt extremely threatened, which is what happened. Where's the cop? Where's the cop when she got her mouth busted? Where's the men? Where's the man that he said, is this your bitch? And he says no. And he walks back and he busts this lady in the mouth. Where is he? Like, you see women? Ugh.